Welcome to Advocation X. Please, folks, give us a little shout out. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Become a member. Crush that bell. Don't miss anything going forward. I have another open letter for you. This is an open letter to Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau of Canada, residing in Ottawa, Ontario, the leader of this great Canadian land. My open letter begins like this. Dear Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, dear cabinet members who preside over this country alongside Justin Trudeau, dear premiers of all of our provinces and leaders of our territories, dear leaders of the Indigenous here in Canada, I would like you all to take stock in what has been going on in our country. Justin, your father was a great man. Pierre Elliott Trudeau left a legacy of deficit reduction, social programs, and carried on some of the greatest traditions that we've had here in this fantastic country of ours. We may not be the greatest nation in the world when it comes to military might, but we fight with our heart. Why? Because we can. Because we possess a heart. When our leaders stop showing that we have a heart is when we have to stand up and say, hey, smarten up. We're not apologizing to you right now. So this letter is not to apologize, as is the traditional way of the Canadians. I might be a Canuck at birth, but I'm not an apologist. Only when I've done something wrong. And I'm here to do something right. Stop the madness. You are not the leader south of our border. You have no right or reason or rhyme to follow in his footsteps. If you think that what he has been doing to his country is good for anything other than enriching a few people, you're wrong. And if you think the Canadian people are such apologists and so docile and so pacifist that they will allow you to get away with anything you deem, you're wrong. I don't know if you've noticed, Justin. I know you're a young version of former prime ministers, I guess I should say. This is not a total insult. You shouldn't be your father, but you are definitely not a Pierre Elliott Trudeau Jr. That man had a lot of integrity. In his baby finger, he had more integrity than the sum total of the next 1,000 people next to him. I can't judge you by that measure, because it's almost impossible to live up to. But you need to understand, when the people speak, you need to listen to them. You're not a dictator. And I don't believe that a dictator is going to make it in this country, or somebody with the aspirations of a dictator. And it doesn't matter who's pushing you in that direction. Justin, use your own mind. Use discernment. Look at what's going on around you. Protests are mounting all over this country. People are gathering in many different corners, getting ready for things you're not ready for. You need to stop bulldozing and speak to the electorate. All of them. You can't alienate any province or any city or any one type of people. You need to listen to us all. I'm not going to get into specifics because I'm not all about all the scandals. Most of them I know are garbage. Most of them are just repetitive. One prime minister to the next, to the next, to the next. Nepotism seems to be the way you guys do things. That's all got to stop in due time. What I'm talking about is the dictator type things that you have been exhibiting over this past little while. It's unacceptable. So my advice to you in this letter to our prime minister is look back over the last 10, 12 months and start rolling back some of these things that you've been doing in the shadows. Some of the things you've been doing in the darkness of night. Realize that they're going to come back to bite you if you don't do something about it. There have been many people speaking up trying to tell you that you're pushing the wrong buttons in the country. You keep pushing them. Now, I'm not a conservative. I'm not a liberal. You might as well say I'm an independent, formed of independent thought. That independent thought comes from lots of research, lots of reading, lots of listening, lots of watching, dealing with your mannerisms and the people around you, listening to Doug Ford. Doug Ford. Oh my gosh. Oh, Justin, it's because of you that he got elected here. You and Kathleen Wynne. You put Doug Ford in a position of power. Okay, I'm going to add this, okay? I have an open letter coming for him too, but I'm going to add this. The Doug Ford that everybody sees now on TV is not Doug Ford. I challenge every one of you people, I don't care who you support or what bloody party you're with, go look up some of Doug Ford's performances in city council. Look up different video clips of Doug Ford in other circumstances other than as the Premier of Ontario. And I challenge you to find any similarities whatsoever. Behind the scenes, Doug Ford is ready to stick a knife in your back that is no less than 30 inches long. Because he knows better than to stick it straight through. He's going to shove it right up your back so it comes out the top of your head. Mock my words. Enough of Doug. It's your fault, Justin, that he's here and he's doing that to people. It's your fault. It's your fault. Dictatorships never last. Those who want to be dictators never last. Become the man of the people that you're supposed to be. Garner the respect, or most of it, that your father was able to garner. From all sides. The way we're handling this super bad cold illness is raw, dirty, and nasty. You need to make a federal policy that each province can follow. There needs to be straight guidelines and not draconian ones. You need to get this together. We cannot continue on the path that we've set forth so far. It's not going to work. You're right, people are getting tired. Things are starting to get antsy. People are not being very friendly. People are hating each other because there's been divisions. You're not bringing the people together here. You're allowing those divisions to fester. So please, see what you can do. See what you can do about these other shots in the dark that you've been perpetrating against your own people. Some of the laws and documents that have been spreading around your House of Commons and Senate and are nasty. Really nasty documents meant to really hurt and harm people. That needs to change. So, please heed my letter and understand that you're on a losing path, and that losing path is going to hurt people much deeper in the future than you can possibly imagine. Even more than your draconian plans are going to hurt them if they go through. Be there for the people. Stop doing things to get power and lord over everybody. Some of the things you've done have been great, amazing. You told people the truth in the beginning of what you were going to do, and you followed through. You definitely did the spending you said you were going to do. You've definitely followed through with many of your promises. But it's the other ones. You were trying to gain popularity with those promises, and now you want to throw these other things in the mix. That doesn't wash. So, do us all a favor. Do yourself a favor. Let's fix this. Let's get this country back on track. I grew up in a Canada that was absolutely amazing. Yeah, that's me saying that. Even with the obvious situations that would have surrounded me, it was absolutely and utterly amazing in comparison to the life we're living right now. Protect your people. With that, I say, we never give up, and we never give in. But we will always keep our open mind, because that's how we gather our knowledge. And knowledge is our power. And we're not giving up our power. So, everyone, stay safe, stay healthy, and beyond anything else, stay as happy as humanly possible. A thank you from Clyde and the crew. A shout out to all of you. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Become a member. Join our fight. Let's make this count. Till next time.